This here is really huge news. When the earthquakes hit Fukushima, Japan, and all that started to go into the ocean, a lot of people realized this was a big event. When the events at Chernobyl took place a long time ago, people realized this was a big event. It had effects that still are lasting to this day. What we have now is the UN chief warning that there is a nuclear coffin, so to speak, that was put into place by the United States that is leaking contamination, radioactive waste into the Pacific Ocean. This is huge news. Of course, the mainstream outlets, they're not going to talk about this. Evening news, never going to mention a word about this. It's not in the script. But this is what they describe as a kind of coffin that when they were doing this testing back before they dropped the bombs on Japan, they had to dump it somewhere. So they dumped it in this kind of coffin near the Marshall Islands and never lined the bottom of it. They capped the top with 18 inches of concrete, a measure that has proven to be ineffective at this point, and the bottom of the crater was reportedly never lined. And that's crazy to think of. And this guy goes on to say that we're seeing the effects already globally. He's tweeting out this information, and of course, they're connecting this to climate change. What I've noticed here, though, is the area of Japan, they've made sure they kept all the nuclear stuff that was going on in this area. Because they did all their tests in this region, then they bombed Japan with nuclear stuff, and then you had the earthquake and the freak nuclear accident that happened in Fukushima, Japan. So all this nuclear stuff is happening in this region, and it just so happens to be where they buried this stuff out on this little island, and it's leaking into the ocean. So not only do you have Fukushima to worry about, you have man-made stuff like this that sits out in the middle of nowhere that's leaking into the ocean, that any fisherman or anyone else going by could be oblivious to, have no clue what this is when they roll up on it. Figured people might want to know. I think it's rather important because there's stuff like this going on every day all around the globe. I'm going to leave a link. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for more. And also, make sure to follow me over here on DLive. Already dropping exclusive live streams. They're going to be off the cuff. We're going to be testing the freedom of speech over here on this platform, first and foremost, right out the gate. And then we'll be dropping videos over here. So if you want to stay up to speed with exclusive content, make sure to check out my channel on DLive. Links in the description box. Much love.